Hi, I'm Mathew. I'm one of the 3 trustees here at Bear Valley, and I really wanted to just recount a story that really resonates with me. A few years ago, 2014, I had lost my job and really struggled a lot during that time with just concerns about our finances and worry and anxiety. And I really felt like God used that time to draw me closer to Him. And during that time, I really felt in my heart that my tithing and contributing to the ministries of the church, that God wanted me to take a step of faith. And so Sylvia and I talked, and we prayed about this, and we decided that we were going to give 15% instead of 10, which we had been contributing for the most part over our marriage. And so even without a second income, we decided to take this step because we felt like it was the right thing to do and an important test of our faith. And so we did. And that year, it was amazing. It was amazing to see what God could do with just one income and more than we'd ever given in our life. We actually ended up with that year giving more tithe than we'd ever given in one single year, because God had blessed us with several opportunities and actually several gifts that we just out of nowhere came to us that year. And so that kind of reminds me, when we're talking about the Build Initiative, of 3 big numbers. First, 13. That's the number of different places that Bear Valley rented before we got the current facilities we're in. And it's just amazing to me to recognize that past history, that God was so faithful that He has now placed us in a facility like we're in right now, which is, as a trustee and as I see our finances regularly, it's amazing to me how God has grown that. The second number is 41,000. That's approximately how much interest we'd save on an annual basis if we're able to meet our goal. And frankly, that's almost as much, or actually more, than the budget for our 8th home project next year. That would allow us to do more projects like that and expand our ability to fund the 70 Village project. And the last number is 1. And 1 is important to me because it's a story in the Bible that really has influenced me a lot. And that's the story of the widow that made the 1 loaf of bread for Elijah when he asked. Now, if you remember that story, the widow was down to her last flour and last bit of oil in these huge vessels that she had. And she stepped out in faith and gave that last huge contribution to the work of the Lord. And what the Bible says is that Elijah promised her that as long as the drought is going on, those jars would never be empty. And the Bible says that they were able to eat well for a long time. And so when I think about the Build Initiative and contributing to this building of our legacy, it's important for me to tell others that our legacy includes being a full jar for a long time to come. And so I hope you will help me and help our church contribute towards that legacy and allow us to be Bear Valley Church for our 70 villages and our community for the next 25 years to come.